haven't turned. We're just on the receive. Brent, you want us to send it back to us during the Raider walk or at about 7:28 or something like that? Um, well, when do you want him to turn it back over to us? How? Okay, I'll call you. I will. All right. Bye. He said to call him when we're ready. doing the red chant. So they're coming in. The fans are on their feet. They're cheering. After they beat the drum, the crowd and the band is cheering red. Is that what they're saying?
Yes, they are, clapping and cheering red.
Yeah, so they're clapping over their heads and cheering red.
Joe, look at how many football players we got there. I tell you, it's 50 yards long, 2 by 2. Again, I know I counted 60 in the team picture. And
Brent, there's actually there's 65.
Wow.
So it's right here at a record, I believe, for Bacon County at all the history that we've looked up with the Wall of Fame. It's crazy, too. We only purchased 65 jerseys. So, we typically trend somewhere in that 38 to 55 range.
Well, the beauty of it, you can have 100 on the field.
Yeah.
You know, you can have a bunch of numbers and not a lot of players.
That's right.
If that makes sense.
It is.
But Coach told us he has 22 players. 22 different players will be on the field tonight for offense and defense.
So we do have 22 starters on the field, and just, Brent, that's phenomenal. I know last year a lot of people were discouraged because he kind of went with that system, but as the year went on and those players improved, I think everybody saw and they bought in. We all did. I was one of them people, Brent, that was like, we got to put our 11 best players on the field. And he says the problem that he's seen, and even going back and watching film, Brent, our players were getting worn out, and we would lose games in the fourth quarter because our boys were playing, both Ironman football. And here come the Red Raiders marching on the field.
And as they're coming in, you might can hear in the background just a little bit there. Again, a pile of black jerseys, black on red. We have the captains out. The coin toss tonight was sponsored by First Franklin Financial in Alma. The kickoff sponsor will be Bruce Edwards, attorney at law in Douglas. Number 16, starting quarterback for the Red Raiders, Mason Michael, will get his first game action in I think it was a year to the night, Joe.
That's right. Well, it was against Fitzgerald.
Yep, 1 year ago.
He had a major ACL tear and had to undergo an extensive surgery. And so it's took him all year to come back. And he's put in a lot of hard work.
We were fortunate to have a young man by the name of Terrion Moore to step up to the plate, and fill his shoes mightily last year. And although Terrion won't be starting, there's no doubt he's going to play a huge part in our offense.
Yeah, so he's going to be at tight end, and that's his most athletic position, Brent, and he is really going to shine well in that position for us. Terrion is about 6'5", 6'4", right in there, probably about 235 pounds.
Something like that.
And he is solid.
He's solid. He's hard to bring down.
And for a tight end in AA high school football, with his footwork and skill and size, he's gonna do well.
Well, the Red Raiders have taken the field. We will receive as we won the coin toss. The Rebels have yet to spread out for the kickoff attempt. The Raiders will be going from left to right in front of us, basically headed south toward the scoreboard.
We got one man back deep on our side, so they're not putting two backs deep. We just got a single back, so curious to see. They're excited. They're jumping up and down and ready to go. We are ready for some Red Raider football. Referee just placed the ball in the kicker's hand. He is setting his tee, and here we go, Raider Nation.
Deep for the Raiders is 21.
Yep, which is
McMorris
Jr.
And there's the kick.
Oh.
And it's just a...
We got it. Look at there.
Caught it in the air. I tell you what, we was a little fortunate there. I'm not going to lie. I think we kind of hesitated with the pooch kick.
Well, we were lucky that was one of our basketball players. That was Tamarcus Pruitt, and, he's got really good hands. So he managed to make a save. So they did a little pooch kick, and that only went, let's see.
Just over 12. But it had to go 10. Yep. And we got about 3 on the recovery. So they're going to spot the ball right on the 45-yard line.
On the 45-yard line. So we got a good start here.
And Mason Michael, again, he's going to get his first start in a year. after that injury he suffered over in Fitzgerald. The tailback is going to be Guyton.
Oh, no. Bad snap, little nervous snap there, but Michael goes back. Brent, that was about 2.5, 3 feet over his head, and he's getting on to his center. Calm down, settle down, a little nervous energy there, and just snapped it over his head.
You know, Joe, we talked it up to begin with, excitement, the hype, some expectation, but we have to remember these 14, 15, 16-year-old boys on the field. And here's the snap and the spread. Hands to the running back. He cuts back to the left. He's got a lot of running room. To the outside, down to the 45, back to the original line of scrimmage, Joe.
That was 5, 10, 15, 16, 17. That was 17 yards, Brent. So that was that snap over the head put us at a 17-yard loss.
It'll be about second and 10 now.
There's a flag on the play. Looks like it's going to be on the Red Raiders. Holding on the Red Raiders. Oh, boy. So we just shooting ourselves right here in the foot on these first 2 plays, getting these nervous bugs out of the way, Brent.
Well, where the holding, looks like we're back to the second original line of scrimmage here. So it's going to be still going to be first down and about 25, looks like. The ball placed on the 25. And there's a pass to Terry on, as we was mentioning him, the tight end position. He's just a load to bring down, as we see there. And, folks, I'm going to go ahead and apologize. Me nor Joe are real comfortable with play-by-play. Radio is a little different. I'm used to broadcasting on my video side where you can see what's going on, and I don't have to be in as much detail. So we're going to try to work. We're going to try to work through this thing here, calling numbers and names as quickly as we can. Looks like our offense is going to be running a little quicker than we did last year.
So, Brent, on that pass out to our tight end, Terry on, and that outside linebacker struck him immediately, but it was for a gain.
All right, 3 wide to the top. Mason Michael steps back. Looks like a screen.
Underthrown.
Keelan Peterson was cutting across, sort of a little under screen there. It's going to be 4th down. We are going to have to punt here. And, again, all because of a little mishap there on the snap, and we're just going to see our defense a little earlier than we wanted to.
Brent, that's nervous jitterbugs. It's time and it's getting used. You know, in a typical season, you would see players throughout the summer. You've got 7-on-7s, you got scrimmages, and they're able to work on a lot of those things. And this year they haven't. So they've only had 1 inter-squad scrimmage. So this is our first game. This is our first pad-to-pads with an opponent different than ourselves. So you're going to have them nervous bugs. Let's hope we can get the punt off here. Good solid snap going to our kicker. He's got it in his hands. And
Joe, that's not a bad punt at all, especially it turns over, and it's going to end up being a 10, 20, 30, 45-yard punt down to the 30.
Down to the 30, so outstanding. Flip the field of play here. Put the ball back in the Rebels' possession, but outstanding job by the kicker. Our kicker, I believe, is that Cameron Crawford?
It is.
Yep.
Raiders, it looks like they're going to be in a 3-4 defense.
They are, and the Rebels are lining up. They got 2 wide outs, and look like they're running an RPO.
Oh, and the fumble. Oh, and he falls.
We got it, Brent. That's our ball. Bacon County ball, baby.
What a great play.
Yes, sir.
On the tackle. I'm trying to look for the number. Who's celebrating the most that got to him and got an arm in there and just knocked it loose.
They waving off the flag. They waved off the flag.
So the Raiders are going to recover that ball on the 26-yard line. 27, they're going to spot it. 1st and 10 with 10 minutes and 1 second on the clock.
Well, that is how you take advantage of your opponent having the same jitterbugs that you got, Brent. And I think here for a while this season, this is going to be something that we see throughout the first 3-4 teams that
normally you play 2 scrimmage games before the first game of the season and
you've got a lot of this worked out.
Yeah.
So you're going to see a lot of these mistakes and inconsistencies until the boys get settled and get in a rhythm.
and they're so excited to be able to hit somebody other than themselves.
Yeah.
But here we go. Mason Michael again in the shotgun, 4 wide, and 1 in motion. He's going to hand off to Mason. Keeps the ball.
Yep.
And gets about a 4-yard. It's like a 3-yard spot here. It's going to be 2nd down and 7, I believe. 9 minutes and 45 seconds on the clock.
So it was a 4-yard gain on that play, Brent.
Got Boatwright out wide. I'm trying to match
They had
up.
our backs to us. He faked me on that play, Brent.
Yeah.
Well, he jumped.
It's going to be
an offside.
Yeah, procedure call for the Raiders, and that was Bruce Brown in the backfield. And another excuse I've got to be a poor football announcer is the distance that we are from the field. I struggle with the numbers, especially when they're all crunched up. Our guys are so big and bulky now because of the weight room, and their jerseys are just basically too small, and they squinch up. But that's what I'm going to say anyway. But we got some talented kids out there, some young kids running around trying to make some plays. And again, we have Mason Michael in the shotgun, Bruce Brown in the backfield, 2 wide to the top, 1 to the bottom. And here's a snap, and he's going to hand it off to Bruce. He cuts up the middle off tackle, and he gets about another 5 yards. He gets the penalty yardage back, so it's going to be 3rd.
We're going no huddle, Brent. Hurry up offense here.
And in this kind of heat, that'll wear down a defense. Yep. And there's a handoff again, and a missed tackle, and it looks like he's going to be close to the first down as Brown rips through an arm tackle. And if we don't get it here, Joe, you can anticipate it is a first down. Sticks are moving.
First down. All right. We moving these chains, Brent. Moving these chains.
8 minutes and 52 seconds remaining.
Like Jacksonville. Move them chains. Move them chains.
Again, Michael in the shotgun. We got 2 receivers wide out with a split in. Guyton in the backfield, and another procedure call for the Raiders. Against the Raiders, I should say. I believe that's going to be the call. No, offside.
Offside. It's on them. Was that the nose that jumped over there?
It was somebody in the middle.
Yep.
I believe it was a nose guard.
I see him tapping his hat.
Maybe tried to anticipate the snap count there.
Number 53 for the Rebels. Do we have we don't have a roster for them, do we? No.
On my phone I do. I had to take a picture. We only had 1 copy for the booth. That's a little odd.
If there's any Rebel fans tuning in, we apologize. He did good getting that ball off, but just on the ground, quick out, little short pass to number 1, Terrion Moore, our tight end, and just had a little bit in the dirt there right at his fingertips.
You talk about a specimen. I've got him in my first block class, and every time he walks by me in the morning, I'm like, good grief, this kid, he's about 6'3", you were saying earlier, 225, 235. Just his hip, you just see his hips and his thighs, just that next level type of kid. Got 3 to the bottom, and his hands off the Guyton, way to the left.
On outside.
A lot of speed, cuts back to the middle. And he's going to be tackled about the 1 yard line. It's going to be first and goal.
What about that speed on the outside there, Brent?
Well, we saw glimpses of what was to come in this young man's career last year as a freshman.
Yes.
He's got the shiftiness that you can't coach.
And Brent, his size from last year to this year, how much that kid has gained in his chest and leg muscles, it just was unbelievable to me.
All right, we're in this horseman, and Terrion, our quarterback from last year, is going to take the snap, and he's going to hand it off to Bruce. He cuts back to the right.
There we go. That's touchdown.
And I think it's touchdown.
Touchdown, Red Raiders. That's what I'm talking about.
Woo! And that's Bruce Brown.
Bruce Brown in for 1 yard. Handoff from Terrion Moore, our quarterback, that filled in for Mason and Brent. We're going to see a lot of that because he's got that. I know this is a bad word, but that Tebow-ish.
Yeah.
Type build.
That's right.
I know Tebow was a Florida Gator, but
he was a football player.
He was a football player. And Terrion, for those of you out there, he's got that same body build as what like Tebow had. And so when we get down, I think inside the 10, you're going to see coach replace Michael and put Terry on in to do a little more of that RPO run play option for Terry on to give us a little better advantage in those positions and short yardage distance.
The extra point was no good as we got it down. 7 minutes and 59 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. I was going to make one more comment, Joe, and let's definitely don't forget
touchdown sponsor.
Our touchdown sponsor, ATC Broadband. I want to thank them for all they do in our community.
Man, just great group of people. Their whole team down there, Brent, really enjoy everyone down at ATC Broadband and Mr. Kevin Brooks and the Brooks family. Just wonderful, wonderful people.
Normally we would cut away for about a minute for a commercial, but we're going to stay with it on this time. If you oblige us, I wanted to make a quick comment. Joe, all but the missed snap, the very first snap of the game, we were pretty fluid, especially the second time we got the ball.
So we're getting a little more rhythm there, a little more rhythm. The biggest thing, we had down here, we did have the one offsides that pulled us back. But outside of that, we had positive gains that entire drive.
See if we can get a number on the kicker there.
Not sure if that's 15 or nope, 65.
Tyler Thomas?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Abram Meza.
Meza. Yeah, he's our goalie.
Oh, great kick and a great fielding stop right there by our special teams.
Number 4 forced him out of bounds there. We're talking about number 4.
23, Brent.
23?
Yes.
Number 4 he's played basketball most of his life, a little bit of middle school football, and he came out last year to play football, and he has improved as well. His body, he's put on so much weight over the summer. They're 3 wide, one in the backfield, and they hand it off. Oh, quarterback keeps it, and he's definitely one of their better athletes. We got to get more than an arm on him.
He's shifty.
Making some moves up the right side, down 10, 20, 30 yards, about 25 yards on the carry. Got to keep our head up when we're tackling. That was a 25-yard gain. It's going to be 1st and 10. The ball spotted on the 45 of the Rebels, right near the big red BC in the middle of the field. Brady Cawthorn made the tackle, a junior, for the Red Raiders.
So we're sitting here, Bacon County 6, Rebels 0.
And there's a snap to the quarterback, and nobody's on him. He's running right up the middle for about another 15-yard gain.
They're going to have to make a little shift to stop him.
No doubt the quarterback is an athlete, and I think they got a receiver that's really good too, maybe number 9 there as we're looking at him on the field. 7 minutes and 25 seconds as the clock has stopped to move the chains, but it's ticking away again. Finally trying to cool off just a little bit, Joe. You can still cut it.
It was so hot.
Cut the air with a knife.
Absolutely.
And then that pistol formation, the running back guessing again. I see a lot of
a good stop there, Brent.
It was, and at the second level, I saw a couple guys had a chance. Like they had their head down a little bit. They got to keep their head up and make that play just a little earlier, but was a great tackle there. Newsom is number 9 with the carry.
All right, here we go, guys. Defense, we need a good stop, Brent, here to stop the Rebels. They got a little momentum on this drive.
They're on the 34-yard line, 3 wide in the shotgun, and the quarterback keeps it and runs off tackle to the right, and there's a good stop. Oh, maybe the ball's out. He dove in there like it was, but
looks like they came back up with it. They did.
Okay. Brady.
So they're almost doing like a wildcat there, just a direct snap to the quarterback, and he's taking off and playing a little wildcat set.
If I do this again, Joe, I'm going to have to bring by hunting binoculars.
Yeah, Brent, I agree with you.
We got 3 wide again for the Atkinson County Rebels quarterback. And he's another keeper, and he's just up the middle, cutting, moving, shifting back to the left, to the right, and he's going to have about another 10-yard gain there.
Enough for a first down.
Going to have to make an adjustment there. Again, almost a spy on that guy. That's another first down for the Rebels with 5:52 on the clock as they move the chains. They're going to put them just inside the 20-yard line of the Raiders. Three wide again, two to the top, one at the bottom in the pistol formation. And he's going to hand it off. He's coming wide left, and let's see if we can run him down.
Speed. Well, we did catch him on the corner, Brent.
He
did get some gain out of that, but good job by our defense. They took a good line on that play and was able to stop him before he turned that corner.
Yeah, Hoster Raiders. I see number 7 getting up from that.
I say that was from right here where I'm sitting. I couldn't tell quite that angle he was running on. He ended up getting about 8 yards on that play.
Oh, that was a great spot.
I think so. I thought he came out before the 10 there.
Yeah. So it's going to be second down and a long one.
He must have stretched out before he rolled out of bounds, and it's caught me right here in the corner beam of the window.
Same formation. Oh, he got a man in motion coming across. He fakes it. Quarterback pitches it out to the running back, and we should have him in the back. Nope. He cuts back to the right. Looks like he's going to get in the end zone. Touchdowns. He hits the pylon.
He did.
We had him in the backfield for a moment, and he even dropped the ball, bobbled it back up, bounced right back up to him naturally, and I think might have been caused some hesitation in the backfield, the defensive back area, and then he was able to just make a great play there, Joe.
Yep. Brent, talking with Coach, and I think what we're going to see in this game, and one thing a big notice here on both sidelines is we definitely outnumber Atco over here, and I think that hopefully we will wear them down. We got to stay with them.
Here's on the PA point after attempt. It was fumbled by the snapper, and that's going to be no good. We tackle him in the backfield. It's going to score 6-6, 4 minutes and 34 seconds. We're going to send it back to the station for a quick break. That's Classic Country 104.3 FM.
It's nothing personal. It's just business.
Hello?
That's how some people do things.
Right away.
To us, everything we do is personal. Because anyone can answer the call. It's who shows up that matters most. That's the quality of your independent agent and the company that stands behind them.
Bennett & Johnson Insurance Agency in Alma is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
All right, Raider Nation, welcome back. Here's the kickoff by Atkinson County after they scored a touchdown.
6-6. Game is tied. There's 4 minutes and 34 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Had a little too much shake and bake there by the returner on a kickoff. Punt return, sometimes you can get away with it, but usually a kickoff, you've got to pick a line and stick with it.
Yep.
And nonetheless, not a horrible return, Joe. It's up to about the 19.5-yard line. It's spotted first and 10 for the Raiders.
Look like we got a block in the back call there, Brent, that's going to put us at the 11.
Half the distance to the goal.
Yeah.
Another mental mistake there by the Raiders.
So it'll be first and 10 from our 11.
Got Mason Michael coming back out. Bruce Brown in the backfield with him. You got wide receivers everywhere. Three at the bottom, one at the top.
Three out right, wide.
And Mason's going to keep it, cut up the middle. I got to think his mama is kind of holding her breath every time he totes the ball. Now, when he got hurt last year, he was actually our punter, okay? And it was a punt return by the other team, and he got pushed out of bounds. Not a ugly, bad play, but he got pushed out of bounds and tore his knee up on a special teams play. And there's a pass a little bit too hard there on the outside to number 10. That's Keelan Peterson, I believe. Unable to hold on to it.
So that's a little
I'm sorry.
RPO from us there, Brent.
That was Xavier Williams. If in fact that was number 10.
It'll be 3rd down and 4.
It's going to be in the same formation. Looks like three wide to the bottom.
Ball's on about the 16. False start on the Red Raiders. It's going to push us back 5 yards. So definitely interesting here, Brent, being back this deep. You know, are they going to gamble to throw a pass? You're just better off to put it in your running back hand and see what yards you can gain. And
you know, that's a tough call. If it was me, I'm thinking let's throw it down the field.
It's a non-region opponent. You know, let's roll. But
Bruce has the capability of taking it 90 yards too,
and they're going to pass. Get up there. Oh, so just a little high.
It's a tip ball there for Jarrett. Jarrett Boatwright.
He went up for a one-handed grab, and it was just a little higher than he could get that full hand on.
4th down and 9 for the Raiders. 3 minutes and 43 seconds.
Had he could have come down with that would have definitely given us the 1st down. Again, you know, a lot of this timing with our offense, I knew coming into this game, Brent, that it's going to take a little time to get a rhythm going offensively, you know, from a lot of these teams. Another great punt.
A lot of height, hang time. Almost hits their player. What a bounce, too. This is going to be another 45-yard punt from the 10-yard line all the way down to the 46 of the Red Raiders as it crossed the 50. Another great punt by Crawford, the senior, wide receiver defensive back. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Rebels with 3:30 on the clock.
Brent, coach is going to church under that 10 over there. He's an offensive-minded guy, and
let's talk about the tent donated by.
Yeah, we did earlier in the show there. Ag South, man, stepped up and brought that to us today, and it couldn't have been better timing.
Great tackle there on the edge. Looking for that.
Number 5 for the Rebels took the handoff. He tried to bounce outside, and
Brody Cawthorn made the tackle.
Brody Cawthorn come off the block and made an outstanding tackle to limit them to a 1-yard gain on the play.
Again, Rebels in a shotgun. 2 backs back there with the quarterback this time. 2 wide, 2 to the bottom, 1 to the top.
And we got a blitz.
And the quarterback's in trouble.
Oh,
and he goes down.
We got him. We got him for a loss, Brent. Good job, defense.
And it was just as much work by the guys rushing as it was guys covering these receivers because he was looking downfield. He was back to throw, not to run that time. And he got caught. It's going to be about a 4-yard loss, 3-yard loss. It's going to be 3rd and 12.
And Brent, their fullback made an outstanding block to stop the blitz, but the problem is he didn't hang on to it, and we were able to manage to flush him out of the box and had another Red Raider come in for the tackle.
And it looks like it's going to be a
timeout.
And Wheeler Insurance, Country Financial is the timeout sponsor. And we're going to take a quick break and send it back to the station to Classic Country 104.3.
In this moment, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes or if your neighbor has the same insurance that you do. What matters right now is the quality of your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them. Auto Owners Insurance.
Bennett Johnson Insurance Agency in Alma is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
The Rebels ball, second down.
And he tosses it way down the field. Could have been intercepted by the defensive back. It's going to be fourth down, Joe, but that would have been a steak dinner for that young man because if I'm not mistaken, Coach Bordeaux,
That's right.
He still offers these young men, if they get an interception on defense.
So Nikasi Batten went up and was there. He got up the height to make the interception. He just did not close his hands fast enough, and it went right smack dab through the middle of his hands.
Now, that was ball was on a rope, too.
It was on a rope. It was on a rope, Brent. He had some heat. He was under pressure, and he planted, and, I mean, he sent that ball flying.
Let's see who we got back here to receive this punt. Is that Guyton? Again, I struggle with my eyesight from this distance.
Brent, it's 20-something. I just can't make it out from here. It's the Rebels punt. Set the ball, snap. Oh, and he drops it.
And we're going to have to, when we make the tackle.
Run him down. We got him, baby. We got him. Good job.
So we've seen some mistakes on both sides of the ball. I think it's actually been to the Raiders' advantage thus far in the mistakes that's being made. We basically flipped the field here as the Raiders are going to be 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line of the Rebels with 2 minutes and 4 seconds.
Brent, we got to take advantage of this situation here because that was a big blow to the Rebels.
Well, you got to think Coach might try to establish the run right here with run a 2-minute offense, and we saw a hurry up already. Yes. So I don't think time's not an issue here as far as being able to score.
So we're still in the first quarter, 2 minutes and 4 seconds remaining. Score 6-6, and our Red Raiders have the ball on the Rebels 40.
Looks like Michael in the backfield along with Guyton.
Oh, we jumped out here.
Well,
right receiver.
I've noticed a couple times, and it hadn't been called. When the quarterback claps, they're going, and when he claps, the ball is not being snapped just yet. They're going to have to hesitate there for just a split second, or they're going to get that called every time. But so that's something they'll definitely have to look at and work on. 3 wide to the bottom, 1 to the top. Guyton in the backfield with Michael. And, again, you talk about a shifty young man.
Another offsides.
False start. They blew the whistle.
Yeah. There we go. Shooting. That was up top on the left, Brent.
Just shooting ourselves in the foot here early, Joe. We flipped the field, and now we're in the hole 10 extra yards. It's going to be first down and 20. Again, plenty of time left, 1:58 on the clock.
So we're trying to give them this punt back in penalties. 5 yards at the time. 2 mistakes there. First down and 20.
Yeah, a little different formation here. 2 to the bottom, 1 to the top, receiver-wise, in a pistol. Hands it to the running back, and he's going to be able to scamper out to the side. A lot of running there, and got about a foot.
He broke 2 tackles in the backfield, Brent, and like you said, sweeping out to the right, and he did. He ran 12 yards to gain actually 0. That was a bad placement. I thought he gained a yard on that, but his knee must have been down. So we're going to be still back to our original line of scrimmage, second down and 20.
And Michael in the shotgun with Bruce Brown behind him in the pistol formation. 2 wide receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. There's a snap, and he's going to hand it to Bruce. He cuts it, sticks his foot in the ground, and Bruce has a lot of speed.
He does.
He's more of a north-south runner, but it was in this game. It was the first 2 scrimmage games that Bruce had over 300 yards rushing last year, and then he tweaked his ankle, and he was never the same all year long. He never quite recovered.
Brent, something I like to see too is his use of hands there. He's got the ball tucked in with his right hand, and he put his left arm out there for a stiff arm, and Bruce has got decent size to him.
Yeah, he does.
So he's able to put a good little decent stiff arm out there.
3 wide to the bottom. Guyton back in the game in the backfield.
Oh, we got lucky.
And that's what I was talking about there. Mason unable to get the ball in the hands of the receiver there. Guyton, as he was coming out of the backfield.
That's going to bring up 4th down and 12.
We're in a part of the field here where, it looks like we're going to attempt another punt here.
Just put a little pooch down here.
Yeah, he's going to have to pooch it the way he's punted the first 2 times, I tell you. again, still early. This has been a long, really long first quarter. 34 seconds.
You know, all in all tonight, Brent, so far, knock on wood, the referees have done a good job.
Yeah. Well, they're getting back in the groove too, Joe.
That's right.
You know,
low snap, but we got it up. Got the pooch off. It did not go far.
Yep, I think he was a little too deliberate, and it's going to roll out of bounds about the 26-yard line. So we're.
Yep, they got it placed at the 26.
About a 25-yard punt that time. He was definitely trying to angle it, but he just didn't quite put enough on it. But that's, again, something he'll continue to work on throughout the season.
You know, and Coach probably told him to aim for the 20 because if you try to angle it a little further down there, you may get a bad bounce and it roll in either way. So, good call.
You can't get too cute with it.
No, you can't. You can't.
24 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Again, Atco with 3 wide. You got a running back with a quarterback in the shotgun. And there's a low snap, and the quarterback keeps it. And he runs to that wide side, and we're nobody there. And he's up to the 50, to the 45 of the Red Raiders. When finally somebody touches him and pushes him out of bounds. But maybe we'll catch a holding way back here.
To me, it almost looked like a block in the back by their outside linebacker, but I'm not sure that if the white hat saw that or who.
We need a break.
I'm trying to see who.
That's a hold.
They put a hold in, so they missed that block in the back.
Well, I know he ran for 15 yards and nobody was around him.
Yeah.
He cut it back, which had showed good vision there, but we had a couple guys in the backfield.
That definitely saved us, Brent.
Certainly.
Good call. Good call.
So
referees heard us bragging about them.
It's going to be first and 15.
And the ball's on the 21.
12 seconds remaining. We just can't get this first quarter over with. And
Clock's rolling.
I think this is going to do it. They're going to let it wind down, both teams, and they're going to come over and get them a swallow of water. Again, it's still muggy. We can look across the way there, and it's still hazy, just hot. First weekend of September, Labor Day weekend. We're going to take a break and head to back to the station, Classic Country 104.3 FM.
It's nothing personal. It's just business.
Hello?
That's how some people do things.
Right away.
To us, everything we do is personal. Because anyone can answer the call. It's who shows up that matters most.
Talked about the rustiness from both teams. A little jitters. Just about execution. I see some good things happening on the field that maybe we can't describe or haven't talked about, but we're on defense here. It's 1st and 15 for the Rebels, and the quarterback keeps it on that side. We're going to wrap him up quick. He gets about a 2-yard gain.
A good stop by looked like number 5 there, Rashid Slade.
He is.
Yes.
He plays Mike linebacker for us.
And he is a freshman.
He is a freshman.
And he is a stud. I'm telling you, and he's a stud in the weight room. His dad was a legendary running back here for Bacon County. I know that they have plans to probably transition him into that position as he continues to grow.
Well, you got a kid. He's got a solid foundation. His legs, and he's not super tall. He's under 6 foot, probably 5'9", probably 5'10",
Yep.
5'9". But you got a freshman playing Mike linebacker running the defense. Then that's saying a whole lot.
It is.
And
there it is
on
again,
the inside. He stands the running back up, leans over to his, gains about another yard there.
There ought to be a penalty there on the Rebels, but they're going to let it go. Had one of their offensive linemen come in and just on the ground getting a little rough, a little dirty work down there, Brent.
It's going to be 3rd and 12. This is where we do our dirty work right here.
Yep.
3rd and 12.
Brent, I was trying to look at some of the scores here. Looks like Pierce County and Brunswick are 0-0 in the first quarter. Ware 24-0 over Cook in the second quarter.
There's a wide receiver screen to the right side, and that developed pretty good. Oh, what a great big hit on that right side. Who made that?
Number 18 or 19, Brent, from what I can tell. I believe 19.
Is that Nkosi Batten?
It was number 19,
And he
Nkosi
is a sophomore. And I mean, he put a lick, and
He
that's
dropped his shoulder and laid the boom.
unfortunately he got enough for the first down. The ball's
Great stop.
Ball's going to be placed on the 37 of the Rebels.
He'll think twice about trying to round that corner over there like that again. I promise you that, with that lick that he laid on him.
10-17 on the clock. 4 wideouts, 2 to the top, 2 to the bottom, shotgun. And the quarterback goes again. And again, has another good stop there, but it was after about a 7-yard gain by the defensive back.
He's just making a quick read of how our defense is lining up here. And
Gaddafi Newsom on the stop there. He's a linebacker for the Raiders, another sophomore.
yeah, we're still pretty young, Brent, but we're fairly solid in our youth as well.
Well, a lot of them got a lot of playing time last
Yes,
year,
they
and
did.
that's one thing Goss did. He played a lot of kids last year. And every time I look down on this sideline, I say, golly, we're so many kids we got. Shotgun, 2 to the top, 1 to the bottom, wide out. And we're going to be
They called us offsides.
That's going to give them a first down, with it being 2nd and 4. It's going to be 1st and 10. Ball's going to be placed on the 49. A little too energetic there. I like to see the aggressiveness, Joe.
Yep.
But you still got to maintain, again, a certain amount of restraint.
And a good call there by their offensive coordinator early here. Everybody's jittery, so
little stack formation there. The running back gets to the left side, and I tell you what, he had another gear there when he got to the second level, and that was a 15-yard gain by the young man. It was Davis for Atco, and I apologize for not having as many names for them as we might would for ours, but I'm having to listen to Mr. Joe Boatwright. He's got the only copy we were given up here of the press box, the field announcer. We'll have 2 wide to the bottom, 1 to the top for the Rebels in the shotgun.
and they do have a lot of seniors, and that would be one thing, that we.
And
could
we got the
share.
quarterback in the backfield here, number 9, Newsom.
Felt like they given the quarterback 2 yards on that stop there, Brent.
I guess they gave him his forward progress.
Yeah.
The linebacker that tackled him, he kind of drug him back a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's going to be 2nd and 14. In the pistol formation now, 2 wide to the top, 1 to the bottom. Only seen a couple pass attempts, and it's pitched out wide right.
Raiders staying in
And
this
what
three
another
form.
great tackle by number. Is that Newsom again, number 9?
Yes, that's number 9.
And he chased him down. Another great play by the young man after about maybe a 6-yard gain there.
And again, he's a sophomore, Brent.
Yep.
Good closing speed. Good hands, good tackle.
7:42 on the clock. Continues to wind down.
So they're flipping our outside linebackers.
And there's a handoff to the backfield. A big hit there by the linebacker, but I think it was too late after the first down. It's going to be about a 7-8 yard gain there on third down. Chains are going to move again.
But yeah, Brent, what I was trying to say, the Rebels, I know, have a pretty big number of seniors.
It's like 23.
And, but they're playing
half their team.
Yeah, and they're playing Ironman football. So you're seeing a lot of the same players we're seeing here on offense. We're seeing on defense too. So we know in this heat and humidity, as the night goes on, they're going to start to wear down.
Heard a whistle blow there. Not sure. Okay, here we go. They're putting it in play. In that pistol formation, there's a pass. It's going to be low. He would have had him because we were. He went to the soft spot there. We were in a zone. About a 10-yard slant there with 6:53 to go. Again, still 6-6. Joe looking around. Is a pretty good crowd here.
There is, Brent.
I keep forgetting to look over here to our right, which is to the south side.
Definitely the left side of the stadium here, which is closer to the concession stand, is pretty packed out, Brent.
There's a snap and a spin by the running back, and he just pushes.
Oh, we got the ball. He stripped it.
And
we stripped it. Come on. Is that number 4?
I think that's number 4, Pruitt.
To Marcus Pruitt.
He doesn't have a ton of speed. He just needs to hold on to the ball.
Oh, Brent.
That ball was recovered.
What a play.
Recovered on the 20, and it was 10, 20, 34, 50-yard return by Pruitt.
And Brent, he ran out of gas. He turned around, I think, for a response from the ref. He thought that they were going to blow it dead and not give him the ball. And then all of a sudden he had to take off. In that something you learn as you go here is when that happens to just go.
You got to go.
You just got to go. And that unfortunately give him just enough time to get on his heels and run him down.
So our offense is back on the field.
But what a play by the defense. What a play by Pruitt.
Looks like, is that Guyton or is that Bruce in the backfield?
That is Bruce.
That's Bruce
Brown.
Got 2 wide to the top, 1 to the bottom. There's a snap and the handoff. And Bruce cuts it over, takes it out, cuts it back into the left. Gains about 3 yards on the carry.
Brown on the carry.
Again, Bruce has a lot of speed. If he can get to that second level,
Yeah.
and if he gets past the defense, they're not going to run him down.
And that's a little trouble he's having right here, Brent, is the Rebels' defensive line are busting through and creating a little havoc for him right here in the backfield. That he's doing a good job getting around, but it's allowing those linebackers and all to close in on him.
We're going to have
They
a
got
flag.
too many men on the field. He's counting players.
Flag on play.
Just don't know which team. Terrion checks in, and they're in that horseman format where you have 4 guys in the backfield.
Yeah, too many players, 12 men on the field for the Rebels, and that'll be a 5-yard
5-yard penalty. It's going to
penalty
be
for the Raiders.
It'll be 2nd down and 3.
To the Raiders' advantage.
Yep, even the umpires has got to learn tonight. He started taking it off the wrong way. He was going to take it against the Raiders, but he quickly turned around and went the other way.
The white hat just come back up, and he put it 1 yard short, so the white hat just moved it up and put it 5 yards.
Still in that horseman formation with Terrion taking the snap. Let's see if he will keep the ball. And
he does pull.
He does pull it and goes right back up the middle and keeps carrying the pile up about 4 yards for the first down.
And Brent, that was one of those rumbling, stumbling. He was barreling through them linemen right there, Brent.
Well, you're not going to arm tackle this young man.
No. It took
tackle.
3 men to bring him down on that play, which gave us the first down.
It's going to be 1st and 10 from about the 24-yard line of the Rebels with 5 minutes and 44 seconds as it continues.
Set up in the horseman. Terry on at quarterback. Oh,
Hands it to Guyton. He cuts back out to the left side. Woo! Makes a I think the same guy ended up tackling, but he gave him a good knock there to begin with. Didn't want to go down. I think it's going to be about back to the line of scrimmage, I believe, when it's all said and done. Second down and 9.
Yep.
5:16. Clock continues to run.
Number 20 limping off the field, gotten there. He got a little ankle roll on that play, which he took a pretty hard lick trying to turn that corner. Defensive end met him on the corner and lit him up, but he still stayed on his feet.
And the whistle's blown here. That usually indicates a
Yep.
false start on the offense. I think we're still having trouble with our receivers going a little too quickly. They got to hesitate just a split second after he claps his hands, because when he claps, the ball doesn't come immediately.
No. And again, in a game time situation, this is just a timing thing that they're going to have to get used to, and the coaches are able to work on.
And the shotgun is Michael, 2 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Hands it to Bruce. He cuts it up. Look how fast Bruce is.
Oh.
And he gets tackled about 10 yards deep. It's going to be shy of about maybe 3 yards shy of a first down. It's going to be about a 11-yard carry.
Good run by Brown there.
Quickly we get back up to the line. It's going to be 3rd and about 3, I believe. And hands it off again, but I don't know. I think Bruce might have been a little winded there.
Yeah.
We tried to get back up to the line of scrimmage and run a play quickly.
Well, Brent, I think we were probably interested in, do we kick a field goal here, or are we going for it?
I was so busy setting up, I didn't see looks like we're going to attempt a field goal. The extra point attempt earlier was not as pretty as I would like to have seen. But if the young man couldn't make it from this distance, I can't imagine Coach Goss running him out there.
And it's something we need to work on for the season, Brent. You know, we got to get used to the snap and the placement for the holder, and he needs to get used to kicking in game time situations here.
This field goal attempt.
Good snap, good
it's
space.
Up, and it's got the distance.
It's good. No!
Just to the left. Wow, just wide left.
Distance.
That field goal was sponsored by Burt CPAs.
Wow, Brent. I thought that went through the uprights.
It was pretty.
Yep.
Just from our angle, it was wide left. Just wide left. With 32 seconds, 3 minutes and 26 seconds left on the clock here in the second quarter.
The referee held his hands down there, Brent, by about 2 foot. Was what I think our coach was asking how wide it was, and he held out about 2 foot.
Well, our defense needs to make a big stand right here, and let's let our offense get the ball back one more time to see if we can't unknot this tie. But what we don't want is the Rebels to put together a drive here and get any type of points off of this. Again, 3 minutes and 26 seconds here in the second quarter. This quarter's gone by a little bit faster. Rebels in that pistol formation.
We definitely don't want to let them score before going into the half here, Brent. It looks like a jump on them. Be a false start absolutely on the Rebels here.
I know we're pointing at them.
Yep.
It's going to be 1st and 15. It's going to take it back even further.
Raider defense clapping their hands, and a good job by our defensive line to do a quick little jut at them there, you know, before the snap, and caused one of their guys to jump and them get the false start.
Again, that pistol formation, same play, guy in motion. And he's going to hit the slant, and he makes the catch, cuts back to the right, but it's going to be a good tackle by the defender after the first down, but I was a little afraid. I think number 2's pretty speedy.
Yes.
He caught it in stride, and our defender was able to make contact enough to we could get him to the ground.
Easily could have been dangerous right there, Brent.
Well, a slant is one of the hardest plays in football to defend. Yeah. If it is run, if it's executed correctly, you just about can't defend it. At least the throw and catch part of it.
You know, and we see it a lot in the NFL today, and with Brady and those guys running a lot of those slants.
Under 3 minutes now here left in the second quarter. And that
Got a
shotgun.
shift in the defense.
Another pass out to the right, or to my to the left, I should say, of the field, top part of the field. It's going to be about a 8-yard gain. It's going to be
Marcus Pruitt made the tackle there.
It's going to be second down and about 4.
Looks like a long 4.
Yeah.
But it's on the line, so it's a solid 4. Just up from here, we're so far away, Brent.
Yeah, 4 wide for the Rebels. There's the snap, and the quarterback's going to take it. Runs to the left side for about 6 yards. He's going to have a first down.
I think they're even going to give him, see where they spot this ball.
Crawford makes the tackle at that defensive back position. Under 2 minutes now.
So with Rebels, it'll be 1st and 10 on the 46. 40 and a half.
Again, 4 wide again. Spreading our defense out for most likely a run here by the quarterback. And he drops straight back to pass the ball, and he's going to throw it down the field. And it's intercepted.
No, they saw. He didn't get under it, Brent.
The receiver made contact with the ball, and it just kind of, as he slid down, it kind of popped up, and our defender had a chance.
Had 2 guys
had a
chance at that ball, and he made a dive and grab to try to catch it, and I guess he didn't get both hands underneath that ball, and it hit the ground.
It's going to be 2nd and 10 now for the Rebels, as the ball, again, is still continues to be placed there on about the 45 and a half of the Rebels. 4 wide. 2 in the backfield and the shotgun.
We're showing blitz, Brent. They're sending
coming
him
from
back.
the edge, and let's see if we can run him down. We got a receiver, but he's not going to make the catch in bounds. His foot was on the line. Oh, he's giving him the catch. Wow. It looked like and the coach is asking for some help, but I don't think that ball, I was looking right. I wasn't even worried about the catch. I was watching to see if his foot got in, and he stepped right on the line. But we're not going to I don't understand how this guy 25 yards down the field maybe could have made that call, but that's going to go for the Rebels there. It's going to be first down after the 20-yard completion. 1st and 10 with a minute and 25 on the play.
And on the blitz there, we flushed him out of the pocket and had him on the run, and we were right on his heels. And just as we went to make the tackle, he got the ball.
Throw, that slant over.
Oh, almost intercepted. He threw right over his receiver. He's hurt too.
May have tweaked his knee coming down. I hope he's all right.
He was calling for help, but he got back up. That was interesting. I think he must have felt a sharp pain there, and he immediately panicked and was signaling for help from the sideline. But
I still think he's asking to come out. He wants somebody to replace him here, and there he goes. Minute and 21, 6-6 is the second quarter.
Number 1 comes off the field for the Rebels, and they send in number 7 to replace him. Excuse me, number 9 is going to take his spot.
4 wide again. In the shotgun. And the quarterback drops back to throw, but he's going to run, and we're going to tackle him from behind. What a great play there by number 22. That's going to be our punter, Crawford. Crawford is senior.
Good shoestring tackle there on the quarterback to stop him, Brent.
3rd and 10 now with a minute 13. Looks like we're going to have a timeout, and that timeouts are sponsored this evening by Wheeler Insurance and Country Financial. That's Mike Wheeler right here in downtown on 12th Street, Alma, Georgia. We're going to take it back to the station for a quick break on Classic Country 104.3 FM. dropping back to throw again. Looking, and he's going to be sacked in the backfield for about a 1-yard loss.
Brent, there was absolutely no pressure on that quarterback, and within a half second, we had 3 linemen close in on him.
And the whole sole purpose of that, or sole reason for that, I should say, is our defensive backs were in such good coverage.
Yes.
Looks like another timeout here. I don't know if it was by I couldn't tell if it was by the Raiders or the Rebels that called it, with 1 minute and 2 remaining here in the second quarter.
Another Wheeler Insurance and Country Financial timeout by the Rebels. They're trying to stop this clock here. There's 1 minute and 2 seconds left. Brent, while we're on this timeout, I'm going to take just real quick advantage to list some of the names that have been inducted into the Red Raider Wall of Fame. We've got Coach Arnold Quatores. He was the head coach at Bacon County from 1962 to 67. He was 1962 Coach of the Year. 1962 finished 9th in the state. His record that in 1962 was 7-1-2. He's 1 point away from being undefeated, 3 points away from being perfect. He was the winningest coach in BC history until Tony Rigdon broke his record in 2002. We want to give a congratulations to him and his family for his being inducted into the first ever Red Raider Wall of Fame.
I'll tell you what, a nice break up there by the quarterback. We got caught up talking about the Hall of Fame, and the Red Raiders on the field made a nice play.
So what happened there, Brent, they come back, they line up, and they quarterback drops back for a pass, and our defensive back was right on him there. He stayed on him, or our corner, excuse me, not defensive back. Our corner was right on the receiver. He lobbed it up in the air. They had the height beat on us there, but as he went to catch the ball, our corner went up and punched it out, and it's a Red Raider ball.
On offense, in the shotgun, 4 wide for the Raiders. Bruce Brown in the backfield. Here's a snap, and we are off.
Way offside.
That's something. That's something that's correctable. I think during this game period, I guarantee you, they're going to.
Yes, sir.
They're going to address that in the locker room in about
just
40,
the body
seconds.
language of our coaches down here on the sideline.
I mean, if they just count to 1,000, and when he claps his hands, 1,000, then go, they'll get it every time, or they won't have the penalty every time. And here's
drop back.
And nice pass in the flat to number 10.
Xavier Williams.
And we're going to get a timeout. Again, sponsored by the Wheeler Insurance, Country Financial.
Brent, let's go back real quick on this Red Raider Wall of Fame. The next inductee is Coach John DeLoach, head coach 1977 to 1980. He was 24-17 overall record. 1978, he coached the first team to make the playoffs in Bacon County history. He made the playoffs in 1978 and 79, back-to-back playoff bursts for him. Congratulations to Coach John DeLoach and his family there for being inducted into the first ever Red Raider Wall of Fame.
And when we come back from the halftime, we're going to spend a few extra minutes talking specifically about the physical Wall of Fame, and talk a little bit about the Wall of Fame game that we're going to have in a couple weeks. But the Raiders are going to take the ball here, 42 seconds, 2nd and 15. Got 3 wide to the top, 1 to the bottom. And here's the snap, and Mason's looking.
Drop back for the pass.
Throws it off of his back foot, and it's going to be shy of the receiver.
He's about 2 yards short of the receiver there on that pass.
It's going to be 3rd down and 15 with 36 seconds on the clock, basically.
Brent, it's really difficult. That's just a little fundamentals there when you're backpedaling, like you say, to throw off that back heel and have enough arm strength to complete that pass.
Again, 4 wide in the shotgun. Bruce Brown in the backfield. Might could catch him off guard with a delayed handoff. And there's the screen. If we can get a block on that outside, cuts it back to the middle. Bruce breaks a tackle. He's back up the middle to the 50, just over the 50-yard line. It's going to be first down for the Red Raiders on the 20-yard gain by Bruce.
26.6 seconds remaining in the second quarter here, Brent. We're not calling a timeout. He's calling for the hurry up.
3 receivers to the bottom. And the ref whistles it in.
Clock starts.
There's the
We
snap.
Get a snap. And we spike the ball.
That's grounding.
That's grounding.
Because the guys were in his face.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a loss of down. That's going to be second down. I think maybe a 5-yard penalty. And that's typically.
He got in a little hurry there. It was a good snap, but he didn't get his hands well enough on the ball. When he went to spike it, it popped up. So he had to re-grab the ball, and it was enough time. Here our offensive line know we're spiking the ball, but he just didn't get it down.
3rd and 10, 19 seconds. 3 wide to the bottom. Michael by himself. He's coming back. He's going to throw another screen. It's hit across the middle.
To Terrion, to our tight end, Brent.
He gets pushed out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. It's going to.
I think they're going to spot it on the. No, they do on the 43.
43. It's going to be. It's going to be 4th down with 11 seconds.
I don't know that they gave us a loss of downs on that. I think they only give us the 5-yard penalty, Brent. It's not showing on the scoreboard anyway. The scoreboard could be incorrect, but we're saying 3rd down.
11 seconds on the clock.
Our guys.
And here's the snap, and it's another whistle. Too big a hurry.
Yes.
He's got to watch the ball.
And Brent, their corners, they're giving us about 12 to 15 yard cushion here. Man, that's tough. It's pushing us back 5 yards on the.
It's 3rd and 9. We got it right on the board out there. 10 seconds. And here's Michael being flushed out to the right. He throws off his back foot down to the right sideline. It's going to be 4th and 9 with 2 seconds. You got to think we're going to run one more play here. And every time that it seems like that one defender gets gets loose in the backfield and forces Mason. Here's another timeout, maybe the last timeout by the Red Raiders with 2.6 seconds here in the second quarter. I spoke too fast earlier. I said, well, the second quarter's going by a lot faster, but it slowed down here towards the end.
This last 2 minutes has been like a 2-minute quarter.
It really has. Again, want to thank you for joining us. We apologize for, I do at least for my efforts, broadcasting football. It's a different booger. I'm more comfortable with baseball and softball. Me and Joe just love the sport of football, and we love Red Raiders. So to bear with us just talking with you and chatting with you and trying to give you the best picture that we can.
Brent, let's get real quick another Wall of Fame inductee here. Let's talk about Coach Tony Rigdon. He's head coach from 1984 to 87, 2002, 2003. He was 1987 Region 2A Southwest champ, 1987 Coach of the Year, 1987 team finished top 10 in the state, 1987 team made the playoffs. Most wins in a season by a team, 1987, with 9 victories. Is the winningest coach in Bacon County history with 30 wins.
All right, Joe, we're going to get a 4th down play here with 2.6 seconds. And there's that one guy that breaks out, and it's going to – Mason squares up, throws down the field. Could it be caught? Oh, what a great play by the defender, as it was a 40-yard pass down the field. And Terrion had one. It was right in his basket.
Yeah, it was.
And the defender just made a great play. It's 6-6.
He got up there just to get enough hand on it to pop it up over Terrion.
Well, the halftime sponsor is Lamar's Pharmacy. We're going to go ahead and turn it back over to the station to do that and hear some senior spotlights sponsored by DLE and Sons. And Joe and I will be back with you in just a few minutes as we get some more sponsorships in at Classic Country 104.3 FM.
was not extremely, thrilled with all the offside penalties that we had. So our penalty count was up. I know a lot of mistakes for Atco was the fumbles and the turnovers. Offensively, we didn't capitalize on as many of those as we should. But this is the first game. It's basically a scrimmage and a game in one.
Well, I mentioned earlier off the air that nothing has happened that we can't correct.
Yeah.
What you worry about is getting pushed around and you not being able to match up with another team in certain areas that you get dominated in physically, and that's not happening. It's just some mistakes by some young guys and some of our maybe a little bit more experience, but I think it's a combination of, and this is no excuse, this is just football, a combination of not playing live football for more than a year. Well, 9 months, I guess, 9 or 10 months since last year. Just being able to just working out and practicing, and so many limited practices over the summer without even a ball, and then there's only a ball, and then you finally get into pads, and so again, legitimate excuses, but you got to think that some of those things will probably be cleaned up. At least the false starts.
Absolutely.
Will be cleaned up maybe here in the second half, because I think a simple remedy for that is the receivers they were going on his clap.
Yeah.
And literally a 1/1000 after he claps and then go, and the timing will still be there to take advantage of that. Give props to the Atkinson County Rebels. Their quarterback is an athlete.
He is.
He's the leader of their team. The tailback, I'm surprised they haven't given it to him a little bit more because he's shifty.
Well, he come off the field, Brent. I think he tweaked his knee, number 9 there, and he come off the field. So I'm curious to see if they stay in this wildcat and just run the quarterback. With their numbers, they are senior heavy with 23 seniors, but the depth is not very deep.
And that's going to be interesting, especially when we get in the latter part of the third quarter to see who's in the best shape, because it was hot, natural-born hot this afternoon. That first half was hot. It's beginning. It's still humid and warm, but the heat index was roughly 97, 98 at kickoff, and it took some time for that to drop down into the high 80s. But again, we're going to see, I think, hopefully we'll see a difference in our numbers versus theirs come the fourth quarter at least.
Hopefully so. And, because we are a little outmanned up front on both sides of the ball, they definitely wreaking some havoc on us, down in the trenches, Brent. And a lot of, I think, that senior size and leadership down there is helping them to get through, flush us out, get our time and our rhythm off, and it's another thing that they're doing very well on both sides of the ball up front there to cause problems for us.
Well, we've got 12 minutes on the clock. It's 6-6. We're about to kick off. The Raiders are going to kick to the Rebels. We've swapped ends of the field. The Raiders are going to be kicking back north toward the concession stand. The Rebels will be traveling back toward the scoreboard or south. Joe, you got a couple scores there from I know
let me pull them
going
back
into
up,
halftime. Ware County was leading Cook County 30-0. Pierce County was leading, I believe, Brunswick maybe 10-2.
So let's see.
We're trying to find some of our region scores and haven't seen any posted
Long
yet.
County 21, Berrien 0.
That's interesting because we play both of those teams.
Yeah. Oh.
There's a ball is kicked off, and he stumbled and fumbled it twice, and they were able to recover by the Rebels, and they're going to be 1st and 10 on about the 14-yard line. Again, 1st and 10 from the 14 with 11:50 early here in the third quarter.
And a penalty here, a turnover that is penalizing us tremendously to start the second half. No, it wasn't a penalty. I thought, excuse me, I'm flipped, Brent. I'm gonna blame it on the heat. I'm gonna blame it on the heat. Oh, my goodness.
Hey.
So we did kick to them. I thought we fumbled the ball. It was not us.
Yeah. And I want to mention here, I was looking at our sponsors here. I want to mention Bennett and Johnson Insurance of Alma. They're the sideline report. We don't have a sideline report per se tonight because Joe is the sideline reporter. He's up here with me tonight. Brother Peavy would normally be here. I'm not still certain who's going to be calling the games with Brother Peavy.
I think Shane is going to do some with a little bit of my talks today. If not, it'll probably be myself up here with Peavy. I know I got to help. Shane is in the National Guard.
Right.
And I know he's got some duty calls there. So he was out of town tonight, and that's why you and I both were filling in.
10-4, 11:33 on the clock.
And we thank Shane for his service.
In the shotgun. Quarterback keeps it, and he gets hammered by a linebacker. Again, difficult to see a number.
Trent Music.
Well, he come up from a safety position, so he was in a blitzing position in preparation. He may be the spy on the quarterback.
He is. So they're bringing him up some.
Oh, you mentioned Shane. I want to second that motion there, thanking him for his service. Shane retired as the highest ranking officer you can in the Guard after serving in the Air Force originally.
Yep.
So I want to again thank him for his service. It's going to be another quarterback keeper to that wide side. A good block on that outside. He sealed that corner and got an extra 3 or 4 yards. It's going to be about maybe third down, and they got a first down, so it's going to be second and maybe 3. Stewart for the Rebels.
Second down and 3, Brent, from the 34.
They got 3 wide, 2 to the top, 1 to the bottom. There's a snap, and he does hand it to the running back, and we got
penetration. We just missed the tackle in the backfield.
We maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but you're right. We did get a lot of penetration there.
And the back did a good job there of kind of pushing off of our lineman. Gave him a little stiff arm to the gut and pushed off there and managed to bounce around him.
I tell you what, it's a big 3rd and 3 here with under 10 minutes now as the clock continues to tick. Third and 3 if the Raiders can bow their back
it's
here.
Short 3, Brent.
And that shotgun, 2 wide outs to the bottom. One of the turns snap. Quarterback's going to keep it, and he's going to cut back out to the right side.
And Brent, we had him stuffed up in the middle there. He got to our defensive line of scrimmage, and we boxed him in, but he managed to just squeak out of there. He made a sharp right cut and come around and managed to escape and get the first down.
Yeah, you just give the guy credit. He good vision there. We had that side block, that left side block blocked up, and he just used his athleticism to get around that right edge. Again, same formation.
Oh, what a play.
Big play in the backfield by number 4. Another blitzing.
Marcus Pruitt.
Another blitzing safety. He just comes right up the middle. That'll kind of solve that problem. It'll slow that quarterback down.
And he got back there quick. That was some real speed. I mean, that ball snapped, and he was already, by the time the ball made it to the quarterback's hands, he was 2-3 steps in the backfield.
And here's this, again, similar formation. 2 receivers at the bottom, 1 at the top. Quarterback takes a drop back, and here's going to be, it was going to be an interception. And the wide receiver didn't even see the defender, but he got his hand up, and he may have an issue.
Yep.
He's either cramping or
I think he came down bad from what I saw. So what happened, Brent, is he didn't know the ball was coming, and he's seen our corner, he's cramping.
Yeah, I'm glad to see that because I just don't want a kid to hurt a knee or an ankle of any team. I don't care who you are.
This early in the season.
I know what it takes to come back from them. You see it all with Michael. You don't want to see that to anybody, your worst enemy or your even biggest rivals.
But, Brent, what happened there is our corner had a play on the ball, and he went up and had it in his hands, and the receiver just kind of because he stopped, he ran right into him with his shoulder. And and it was right at the time he was catching the ball, and I don't even think that he knew he knocked the ball loose. He didn't even know the ball was coming.
And here's an early indication here. Early in the third quarter, you see a kid cramping, a kid that's playing some both ways for Atco.
So that's a starter off the field, and he's still struggling over there on the sideline. He's laid his helmet down.
And once you start cramping, it's hard to get rid of them.
It is. He's laying down on the ground, and I don't see anybody over there yet to stretch him out.
It's going to be 3rd and 14. 3rd and 14. Again, opportunity for the Raiders to get the ball back. 4 wide now for the Rebels. You got to think he's going to drop back and throw, but he's had a lot of success running the ball. He takes the snap, and he drops straight back. And he's going to throw us right down the sideline, and we're going to be beat. As the wide receiver hesitated a moment, caused I'm almost positive the defender looked back, and and if you look back, it's kind of like in baseball. You take that first step forward in the outfield, you typically you're going to be in trouble. So he looked back. He should have kept his eye on the receiver. Just a good throw and catch there, and it was a good throw.
And he gained 2 steps on him.
8:29. That's a big 25-yard gain by the Rebels. 30-yard gain, excuse me. That 4 wide. And we got
something going on, a uniform issue maybe, white hats.
Yeah, we're trying to. Somebody's got an equipment issue there on the line for Atco with 8:29, 6-6. You got to think whoever scores first here is going to have an advantage.
We need a big defensive stand here. We're getting pressed back. Our back's against the wall, and
the quarterback keeps it up the middle to the left, off tackle. He cuts it further back out to the left side. He's shifty and he's fast. Finally, our defenders come and wrap him up after he got a gain of 13 yards, Joe.
Yep.
It's going to be first down and just about goal. It's going to be ball's going to be put on right about the 10-yard line. Yeah, it's going to have to be either first and goal or just inches shy of the goal for first down. Let's see where they. Yeah, looks like they.
Yeah, they're holding it up.
Yeah, looks like they may could get a first down. It would be the nose of the ball right up next to the goal line.
No, they're having him lay it down.
Okay, so it is first and goal. 8 minutes to go. 4 wide. And the quarterback keeps it, and he's tackled
him up
in the backfield for about a 1-yard loss.
So we get a little penetration through the line there. A little frustration by their center.
I think you got to blitz somebody every time, whether you think he's going to run it or pass it. Put some pressure on him. Still a good crowd, Joe. I don't think anybody went home, not that I could tell, at halftime.
Yeah, Brent, I'd say there's still 95% of the people that were here still sitting here in the stands.
Tight formation. That's a new formation for the Atkinson County. Everybody in close, and there's a poor throw by the quarterback. If he'd have thrown it any better, it may have been intercepted because our defender was right on the shoulder, that inside shoulder of the receiver.
And Brent, I don't know if you saw it there, right when the quarterback threw that ball, we come in, and I'm talking about speared him. And
the quarterback?
Yeah, he got lit up, and it's the reason they called him to the sideline over here. He's favoring his left hand a little bit, and he got hit right in the gut. So he's feeling it. He's winded. And maybe that'll slow him down for this third down.
Same formation. Again, when I say a tie, there's a bunched formation near the line of scrimmage, the receivers. And the quarterback drops back to throw, and this ball was thrown to the receiver. And there was 2 defenders, but he just had them beat on that outside. I'm not sure. By the time I looked over, I couldn't tell maybe what happened. But a throw and catch there for a touchdown. It's 12-6. Waiting the extra point.
They struggled on that first PAT with a bad snap. We'll see if they can get this snap down.
Seven minutes to go. There's a snap, and there's the kick, and it's no good.
Wide left.
Wide left. It was a good-looking kick in the air, but it was just pulled left. 12-6 is your score. We're going to send it back to the station for a quick break. Classic Country 104.3 FM. When? No. So 3rd and 14. Got burnt. All right, Raider fans, we're back here following an Atkinson County score. Missed extra point. It's 12-6, 7 minutes and 7 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Raiders couldn't take advantage of some third down opportunities there and allowed Atco to drive the field and score after that opening kickoff. And here's another pooch kick to that left side. It's going to be caught, and I believe he was down before the ball. Yeah, he was called down before the ball may have rolled out. So the Raiders are going to take over, it looks like, on about the 38-yard line.
They had a lot of pressure coming on him as soon as he caught the ball there, Brent, and we were lucky to escape out of that.
39 is where it's spotted officially. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. I'd sure like to have a series here without any of those false starts.
Yes.
And have some good execution right here. Let's see, we got Mason Michael coming out, number 16.
And we got to work here, Brent, to get their defense a little winded. You know,
That's right. Bruce Brown in the backfield. 2 receivers to the top, one way down here to the bottom. There's the snap, and it's handed off to Bruce. He's going to break a couple tackles, get to that next level. He's going to have about a 5-yard gain. Mm-hmm. Hadn't seen Guyton quite as much tonight as I thought we would. I know Bruce is the senior, and
tonight he's been running the ball more consistently, and getting north and south a little more.
Again, 2 wide to the bottom, 1 to the top.
2nd down, 4 to go.
And there's a handoff back to the right side. And a stiff arm by Guyton. We just got through talking about him.
And Brent, what about that little shake and bake right there at the line of scrimmage? When he took the handoff, it appeared he was going to run the ball to the left, and he just made one step and cut to the right. You know, a quick cut.
Step.
Yeah, made a quick step and just blew through a hole on the right.
Got the first down for the Raiders, most importantly. 6:11 on the clock as they spot the ball, blow the whistle in. Three receivers to the top. And there's the handoff to this wide side. He cuts it up the middle, turns what I thought was nothing into something back to the line of scrimmage at least. Maybe a couple feet he gained. It's going to be 2nd and about 9.
9 3/4.
Yeah, second short 10. Let's say that. Under 6 minutes now.
Michael's coming out to the side, getting his calls from our offensive coordinator. Burning a little time here.
You got to think he's going to try to find a way to get Terry on a little more involved this second half, too. And he hands the ball off, and just we run right into the lineman.
And they handed it off to Slade there.
Rasheed Slade run the ball there. Really didn't have a chance.
No.
Our right side just kind of got blocked back in the backfield. It's going to be third and a long 10. Under 5 minutes to go here. The linemen don't seem to be slowing down any for Atco. And we drop back. Mason's got to scramble. He's going to try to get the ball off. He does throw it. And we caught it.
We caught it.
Kept it off the ground.
Oh, no, he didn't.
I know he bobbled
it, but I never seen it hit the ground.
But I thought his arm stayed underneath it. It's going to be an incomplete pass.
And I don't see how the guy behind him can make that call. I think that was a poor call there, Brent.
We're 4:44. It's going to be 4th down and 3. And the Raiders are going to send the punt unit out as Crawford comes out and has done a fantastic job in his 3 punts this evening. Raiders are definitely going to have to, again, play solid defense here. You can't allow them to score any more points at this point. And here's the snap. Snap. Looks like a fake punt. That may be too much shake and bake. Yeah. I'm not sure if he got.
He got about 6 yards.
Got about 6 yards. We needed about 13. But that's again a play they can run. They can chance it.
Yep.
Maybe catch them off guard. Now, if they score in about 3 plays, he might have wished he had punted it deep, pinned them a little deeper. But hopefully, the defense is going to have to bow her back here.
Yep. And Brent, this is where they didn't get that long of a break. Offense didn't help our defense out here to catch a good breath on the sideline. So it's going to be very crucial for them to dig deep and make a stop here going late into the third quarter.
And a handoff to the right side off tackle and just a full steam ahead for about a 9-yard gain by the running back for Atkinson County. 4:26, 25-24 counting down here in the third quarter.
Brent, he looked like a bowling ball on that play. He just he got low to the dirt and he come out full steam ahead.
Got 3 wide, 2 to the bottom, 1 to the top for Atkinson County. And under center, hands it off left tackle. Running back's going to get about 5 yards. That's going to be first down for the Rebels.
Clock continues to roll. 3 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 1st and 10 for the Rebels on our 46.
I said earlier I was maybe off there. I was pleased with the crowd Atco brought over.
I see number 9's back on the field for the Rebels, Brent, up top. They got him out at wide receiver.
That pistol format, and they hand off. He cuts back to the left side. It's like a good tackle there by, if I can get a number.
Number 8. 8 and right.
42.
42?
Nope, 22. Crawford. Sorry.
Rebels getting their set.
Again, under center. They're going to hand off and
Fumble.
fumble. Oh, did we get the ball? It looks
No.
like their guy fell right on it. And matter of fact, they ended up with a 2-yard gain on the fumble recovery. We had him stopped in the backfield.
And we were both there really at the same time, Brent. The running back and our defender, he just had a hair more advantage on falling straight on that ball than we did.
3rd and 6, though, Joe. Here's our opportunity. You got to think they may be in 4-down territory right here themselves, but if we can somehow stop, don't let them gain more than 1 or 2 yards here. And the shotgun again. The quarterback takes it outside. We got him bottled up. Let's see if we can make a play. Oh, he cuts it back to the left side using his athleticism. Nobody's there around the corner. He's going to have about a 10-yard gain.
He's so shifty, Brent, and that's just hard to stop.
Coaches weren't happy about something over there on the other side. They run down to say something to the umpire. I don't know if they thought maybe it was a horse collar or something.
No, it was, I think they were trying to get a late hit. We had a guy in pursuit right behind him, and when he went out of bounds, he fell down, and then our guys fell on top of him. So. Or hit out of bounds.
So we were 3rd and 6, Joe. We had him bottled up on this right side, and again, just straight up athleticism.
Yep.
Ran to the other side, maybe a missed tackle, and next thing you know, they're 1st and 10. 1 minute and 50 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Receivers to the bottom. Again, under center, a little bit different. They hand it off to that left side. A good tackle there, but that's after he's gained 7 or 8 yards. We're getting pushed around on the line on both sides of the ball this evening, and we knew Atco had the size.
We did.
We just didn't know if they had the depth
to hang in there.
And they have thus far through the 3rd quarter. Again, quarterback's going to get under center. Two wide to the bottom, 1 to the top. A handoff to that left side off tackle. Again, he's shifting, turning, twisting, and he's going to get about another 3, and that's going to be good enough for a 1st down for the Rebels.
They're just running this clock, Brent.
Yep. Under a minute now left in the 3rd quarter. 12-6. Your Raiders trail. Opening night, week 1.
Brent, you can just see that humidity in the air.
You
tonight.
can. It's hazy.
It is hazy.
It's thick. And the handoff. Oh, quarterback keeps it. Throws over to the right side. Throws it a little too hard for his receiver. He had him open. That's number 9 again, struggling with the small cramps there. He's trying to stretch it out so he can stay on the field.
Yeah, that's number 3, Brent.
Oh, is it
that's
3?
A different player, yeah.
My 20/30 vision is kicking in. Blame it on the heat.
Yeah, blame it on the heat. We've got to cut through this humidity to see to the field.
All right, 2 wide receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top, and a shotgun now. And he does hand it off to the running back to the right side, and we are going to bottle him up. And the linebacker meets him there. I see a lot of grabbing and pulling, and not a lot of driving, driving through. And that, again, that's stuff you work on. It's going to be 3rd down and 8, and we're going to end the 3rd quarter there as we're going to take a quick break here, back to the studio for a couple of announcements, and we'll be back in just a moment. And that's the Classic Country 104.3. God, it sucks. I need y'all to help me pack it. We'll pack this stuff up, and I'm gonna take it all down.
All right.
Is the old boy still there at Brunswick from Pierce? What app is that? What app is that? I forget.
Score stream.
Score screen.
Raider Nation, we come back here to you at the start of the fourth quarter. The Rebels have the ball, and unfortunately, we just jump off sides. It's going to give them a 5-yard gain here. It is currently 3rd and 8. It's going to put it 3rd and 3. Ball is going to be placed on our 11-yard line, and tough here. There's a little bit of, again, just some mistakes that we got to get worked out and timing these things. We got a lot of penetration on that play, Brent. They got the ball off quick, but this guy, he just scored a touchdown. What a physical run by their running back. We had 3-4 guys on him, and he just kept carrying the pile, and they kept trying to bring him down, and he ends up getting to about the 1 enough, and he falls forward into the end zone.
That's going to be 18-6 when they update the scoreboard with just under 12 minutes. I mean, that's just 13 seconds run off the clock here in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
I want to thank some other sponsors here that we haven't mentioned. That's Alma Family Dentistry, Jay's IGA, that we haven't heard from specifically. The sideline report, again, will be brought to you by BRENTJOHNSON Insurance of Alma. Thankfully, we haven't had any injury reports, but that would be from Bacon County Hospital and Health System. Now, we do have as I speak, there's a gentleman down for Atkinson County, but more specifically, our Bacon County Red Rebels. Looks like just some cramping, I believe, again, for that young man. Touchdown sponsor, ATC Broadband. Kickoff sponsor, obviously, Bruce Edwards, attorney at law, and First Franklin Financial of Alma, the coin toss. I'm not sure if we have an official timeout.
I think they're calling a timeout. Brent, I'm going to take advantage of this time and finish up some of these Wall of Fame inductees. We got Coach David Ward from 1990 to 93, head coach, 91, who's a Region 2A runner-up, 91 Sweet 16 GHSA playoffs, 92 2AA champs, back-to-back playoff berths in 1991 and 92. First playoff victory in BC history against Waycross in 1991. Set school record in 1991 with most games played in a season, which was 12. Now we get into the players. I'm going to start here one real quick, see if I can get him off. Bill All, 1950s, 4-year letterman. First All-State player in Bacon County history, first team All-State 1957, first player in BC history to play in the GACA All-Star game at Grant Field at Georgia Tech. He was the first player in Bacon County history to receive a Division I scholarship to Georgia Tech.
Echo's going for 2 here. 2 wide to the top, 1 to the bottom. See if we can get the referee to blow it in.
Got to replace the ball.
No, I think I'm not sure what he was doing, but the whistle's blown. We're ready, set, go now. And they fumble, picks it up. We're going to get him in the. I don't think that you can advance that anymore. Used to, you could scoop that up and run it down for your own 2 points. But due to safety concerns, they did away with that. With 11:37, it's 18-6. The Raiders in a hole here. Not that we can't come back from it. We've got enough horsepower to get back in this game, Joe. It's just a matter of executing and making it happen.
That's right. players down here getting frustrated. You know, this early in the season, you know, we got to understand we're going to make mistakes. We got to get better from them, and you know, just keep hustling and working hard.
Well, it's that no-quit attitude, and I know that's what's being coached. And again, this being the first game of the season, and there's definitely some kinks to be worked out, things that are definitely fixable that we'll continue to do.
As they're taking the field here, I'm going to go with another Wall of Fame inductee, 1960s four-year letterman Jimmy Ropey, halfback and defensive star 1962 team that finished 9th in the state. 1962, he helped beat the highly ranked Jeff Davis in the last game of the season. Part of the 1962 7-1-2 9th-ranked team in the state. In 2003, Jimmy in his mid-60s suited up and played in the Red Raider old-timer game.
I remember that.
I do too. And I was just so impressed at his age how physical he still was out there on the football field.
The Rebels have lined it up to kickoff for the third time, and they have pooched it twice. And they do the same thing, and it could be trouble for the Raiders if we don't get on it. It bounces around.
They get the ball.
Looks like they are going to fall on it. And again, it's a perfectly a perfectly placed ball. You've got to be really aggressive and go get the ball. You can't wait on it to hit the ground. You got to do everything you can because especially you want to get up there to get it before it maybe even goes 10 yards. But I think that ball was kicked about 12 yards.
And Brent, that was one of the prettiest ones I think that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I've been watching football for a long time, but that was absolutely executed perfectly.
The defense is already a little downtrodden, and now they got to literally trot back on the field. It's two wide to the top, one to the bottom. Under center. Have to make a play here. You got to think they're going to grind it out here. They took nearly all of the third quarter on that first drive.
And a fumble or an interception, if we could get a pick six or a scoop and score, Brent, it could really be a pivotal moment in this game for us if we could get that in our favor. We're showing pressure.
Pitch out to the wide right, and good tackle there by, I'd say he wrapped him up, but again, the momentum of the runner carried him about another 2 yards.
I think they may be giving him about 3 on that, Brent. Now they actually giving him, 3.
It's going to be second.
They gave him 4.
2nd and 6 now. By the time this ball is snapped, they'll be under 11 minutes to go.
And this is just one thing that's showing that senior knowledge and leadership
from Atco.
Is
because I counted about 40 on their roster over there on the side, or when they were warming up, and they literally have it's either 21 or 22 seniors on their team.
Look to be about another 4-yard gain.
It's going to be 3rd and 1, maybe a long one for the Rebels. And it's a time like now where the Raiders need to maybe step up and get some penetration here. 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And they're just slowing it down. They're watching that play clock, not getting any hurry. Under center, they snap, hand it off to the running back, and he runs straight ahead for it's going to be looks to be another Rebel first down.
He was met at the line of scrimmage, but his forward momentum, he was able to punch through and get to about a yard. And
the ball is on the 28-yard line of the Red Raiders. It's going to be 1st and 10, with 9:40 left in the fourth. (18-6) is your score. 2 receivers to the bottom. Quarterback in the
So
shotgun.
Go for a pass here. No,
And
quarterback
keeps it, runs up the middle, and just kind of squats as he's no shake and bake there. But no need when you gain about 4, almost 5 yards on the play. It's going to be second down and about 6, I believe. 7, as the field announcer says.
Raiders rotating a few defensive players in here to give some of these guys a break. I see our tight end is on the field.
Again, they're just milking that clock. They're coming down to the huddle with 9 seconds. Coming out of the huddle at 9 seconds.
Yeah, they're going to have to call a timeout.
Yeah, they took a little too much time. And Joe, with that timeout, let's take it back to the studio one more time here and see if we can't get some word in for our sponsors, to Classic Country 104.3. It's going to look bad if we hit score again.
Yeah.
All right, Raider fans, we're back with 8 minutes and 28 seconds on the clock remaining in the game. 2nd and 7 for the Rebels. 4 wide, 2 to the top, 2 to the bottom in a shotgun. Quarterback hands off to the running back, and he trips. We did put some pressure on him. The safety, Pruitt, got in the backfield quickly, and
he missed a tackle.
Yeah, but in the process caused him to slip down.
Yep. He was trying to regain his footing. So we're going to put him at about a 4-yard loss.
Yeah, it's going to be 3rd, and it looks like about at the stake 13. The stakes are correct. 3rd and 13. Another big 3rd down play for the Raiders. Again, the Rebels probably in a position to a 4-down territory, but if we can limit their gain here on 3rd down, it would be helpful. 7:39 on the clock.
Showing blitz, both sides.
And he throws out to the right, overthrows the receiver.
Goodness. Luckily.
He was wide open. The defensive backs were closing, but he would have definitely made a reception and had an opportunity to get the 1st down.
Yeah.
Clock stops. I think that's in the Raiders' favor. It's going to be 4th and 13, 4th and long. Maybe if they had gotten some yardage there, they might have been going to go for it. It looks like they may be going to punt here. Or at least lining up for a punt. The ball is placed on the 31-yard line.
We got really nobody back deep. We're just going to let this roll and see where it goes, Brent.
Boy, I hope it goes in the end zone. Blocked. And it's going to be a penalty. Because if he'd have got any part of the ball, it wouldn't have been. But we're going to have a roughing the kicker, and it'll be a first and 10 for the Rebels, most likely. Unless, that's a roughing, not an incident. I don't know if in high school they have an incidental or not, I'll be honest. But he was there in plenty of time.
He was all on that ball.
I believe that was Crawford that got back there. We had 3 pretty close. They're going to mark off it's either a 10 or 15-yard penalty.
Looks to be 10, Brent.
And with 7:22 to go, it's going to be 1st and 10 again for the Rebels. I haven't kept up with any stats, but our penalties, we got to be pushing about 10 or 12. Probably close to 75 to 100 yards in penalty yards.
And that one definitely hurt.
A lot of those procedures were only 5 apiece. But that hurt.
Yep.
Late in the game, an opportunity there to get the ball back and have a chance. And they snap it to the quarterback, and there's a flag, I believe I saw thrown.
Flag on the play.
Yeah, hopefully everybody will hold it together. It's hot, and emotions sometimes tend to flare. I know our boys, I think at scrimmage game, we got a little heated.
Yeah.
A little competition, and some things there amongst teammates, and that's football.
They're going to call a penalty against the Rebels there. Is that a personal foul?
It has to be as many yards as he's walking it off. And that's the first personal.
I know he sent number 7 to the sideline there. Not sure what happened there. I know I saw him kind of break up the little confrontation there, but wasn't able to see from our position here exactly what was going on.
Well, other than the 12-point deficit, the clock is our biggest enemy here. With 7, fisting to go under 7 minutes. And Atco is not getting in any hurry with 8 seconds on the play clock. And he throws it just over the middle, a slant, and he catches it. Again, I said earlier, that's one of the hardest plays to defend if you can execute it. And there was some traffic there.
And again, a lot of chatter going on the field. They trying to check our guys' composure here. A lot of smack talk.
It's going to be 2nd down and 20.
2nd down.
And
11,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I keep glancing over to the scoreboard, and they haven't quite updated it yet.
No. Oh.
Just can't wrap him up. He's shifty. Oh, he gets hit really hard.
They're going to say that
was a pass. And he did. He got hit pretty hard. But
a lot of flags down on the ground, Brent.
Let's see how they sort it out. If looks like there's going to be. He's asking maybe which penalty maybe we want to take. It looks like maybe they're both against Atkinson County. You got to think that with the way he's coming over and asking the coach, or either our coach's question.
Brent, while they're making this decision, I'm going to announce another Wall of Fame inductee, Nicky Sermons, 1970s, 4-year letterman, first team All-State quarterback, 1979. He was 15-6-1 as starting QB, 78-79. Invited to the 79 GACA All-Star game. 1978, Nicky threw a historic game-winning touchdown pass to Frederick Wilson in the closing seconds of the last game in regular season against Jeff Davis, propelling BC to its first official GHSA playoff berth in school history. He made back-to-back playoff berths in 78 and 79. In 1979, Nicky had approximately 1,000 yards rushing for the season.
You talk about an athlete.
Yes, sir.
All right, I think they've sorted it out.
Clock is not starting.
Yeah,
6:01 on the clock.
The play clock is started. I think it must start. The game clock must start on the snap after this penalty. Step back
for pass. Oh,
that's 3 times we've had a chance for an interception, and we just can't pull it in.
No.
The ball was thrown a little high on that slant.
And we got a player down, Brent. We got a player down. One of our big defensive linemen here.
Again, hopefully it's a cramp.
Yep.
And nothing more, because they can hurt. They make
Yep.
sometimes the way they roll around and in pain and agony, it looks like it's a lot more than maybe it is, and I sure hope it's just a cramping.
Brent, going to take the time to announce another Wall of Fame inductee, Otis the Bull Robinson. You know, this was the name being part of Bacon County that I was surprised. You know, it's why we decided to do this. Like, I just never heard. I was like, how did I not hear about this name? But, you know, and that was the problem with us not having like a Wall of Fame or where some of this stuff was kept, and it's why we're doing it. But Otis the Bull Robinson was in the 1980s. He was a 4-year letterman from 84 to 87. Started in 41 straight games. 1,133 yards rushing in 87. Pivotal player on offense and defense. He played on a team that finished top 10 in 1987, 1987 playoff team. Averaged 78.9 yards rushing per game in his career. He is the all-time leading rusher in Bacon County history with 3,233 yards. And last, I don't know if I can get him off, so I'll get the last inductee in here.
Folks, if y'all want to watch
shortly,
you want to watch some film on some of these guys we're talking about, we do have it on.
That's right.
Posted online on YouTube channel. Search for Bacon County High School, Bacon County Wall of Fame.
Yep, Bacon County Red Raider Wall of Fame. Yep.
And here's a snap, and he just sits back and tosses it to the middle, and a slant for the touchdown for the Rebels. Kind of lulled us to sleep there. That's going to extend the score to 24-6.
And there, the guy that scored the touchdown, not sure if he's got cramps or rolled his ankle.
Yeah, he's cramping. They're stretching him out.
Heat definitely having a major effect on the players out here.
5 minutes and 38 seconds in the fourth quarter. 24-6, the Rebels. Joe, not quite how we maybe anticipated or hoped the season would start. Again, we want to, some of the positive things we can take away is all the mistakes we've made are fixable.
Yep.
We just got to execute. You've got 14, some of them, 15, 16, 17-year-old kids, making decisions on the field, trying to implement what's being coached during the week, because I know we got the staff is doing their job.
And Brent, unfortunately, with a young team like we have, this is typically things you work out in scrimmages.
Yeah.
So, that's another thing we got to take into consideration. I know a lot of Bacon County, our expectations are, we want to come out of here with a win. But again, we do have to understand that we are facing a heavy senior group with a lot of underclassmen on our side. And
there's a snap, and the kick is up, and it's good. It's going to be 25-6. Your Raiders trail the Rebels of Atco.
And that'll be the first PAT of the night right there, correct?
That is. 5:38 on the clock.
Brent, I'm going to take this time to get in this last Wall of Fame inductee.
And I know this guy personally. I graduated with this guy. He was just a fantastic young man, and from what I see and read, he still is a great guy and, and father.
Yep. So in the 90s era, we've got Van Jones. He was a 4-year letterman, pivotal player on offense and defense. First team All-State 1993 linebacker. 1993 GACA All-Star Bobby Dodd Stadium, Georgia Tech. 1991 Region 2 runner-up. 91 Sweet 16 GHSA playoffs. He was part of the 92 Region 2 AA champions. Two-time 1,000-yard rusher for Bacon County, 1992 and 93. And he had back-to-back playoff appearances in 91 and 92. And that concludes our inaugural inductees into the Bacon County Red Raider Wall of Fame. So just going through that list again, we got Coach Arnold Gutierrez, Coach John DeLoach, Coach Tony Rigdon, Coach David Ward, Billy All.
Here's another pooch kick.
And they get it again, Brent.
You got to be real aggressive on that play. You just have to go and get it or run over somebody doing it.
That's right. Jimmy Ropey, Nikki Sermons, Otis the Bull Robinson, and Van Jones.
Another onside, not really an onside kick. It's a pooch kick in hopes that they would get it, and sure enough, I'm almost positive the Rebels recovered that.
Yeah.
So they'll be back on offense with 5:30 to go. 25.
Well, it looks like our
offense coming on the field?
Our offense coming on the field. So I don't know if the yards.
I don't think
nobody touched the ball.
Well, if it goes past the 10, I think it's the 10 yards. It doesn't
matter. But that's what I don't know.
Maybe there was some discrepancy there exactly how far the ball went. But either way, the Raiders are going to get the ball. We got four receivers, one to the top, three to the bottom in the shotgun. Looks like I believe Guyton in the backfield. Nope, that's Bruce, and he scrambles to the right. Throws it to Keelan Peterson, almost makes a one-handed catch on a
And I don't know, Brent, that ball wasn't intended for Xavier Williams. It was a little ahead of who was coming, Keelan Peterson running across the field there, and number 10 was coming back to the ball. And I really think that ball was initially intended for Xavier Williams.
Same formation, 3 wide to the bottom, one of the top shotgun. Bruce Brown in the backfield with Michael. And here's a throw, a streak, and he's going to beat.
Oh, come on. Mason, it's too far. He got tripped up by the corner, but the ball was overthrown, so no pass interference call made.
It's going to be 3rd and 10 with 5:15. That's the only thing about throwing the ball and incomplete passes is it stops the clock.
Yep.
And it's fine if it stops the clock if you're getting first downs. But it just extends the game, the opportunity for Atco. But I got a feeling we're probably in 4-down territory right here. And we're going to get a timeout, and that timeout sponsored by Wheeler Insurance and Country Financial. Joe, we're going to send it back to the station. This might be the last time we get a chance to do that before the end of the game. We'll wrap things up. So let's send it back for some couple more commercials for our great sponsors on Classic Country 104.3 FM. Completion there. Big play there. Mason Michael made a terrific throw about 25 yards down the field on a little slant. It was an up and in by the receiver, Keelan Peterson. But that was, I think it must have been after the play, Joe, because they're giving us some distance, and then they brought us back, and it looks like it's going to be 1st and 10. So it was a dead ball, personal foul. I'm still not sure exactly what happened. Coaches weren't happy when one of the guys was coming off the field. And there's a snap, and he throws across the middle again, just behind the receiver. A lot of pressure on Mason at that particular time. 4 minutes and 57 seconds. 2nd and 10. Ball is placed on right at the 50-yard line. Again, 4 wide, 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom.
Mason's firing the ball well here.
And there's a lot of pressure here. And there's a screen caught by number 4.
He got out of bounds, so that's going to stop.
No, that's number 1.
No, that was 4.
That is 4.
That's Marcus Pruitt.
Marcus Pruitt. Okay, he's been
playing on defense.
Yeah, he's been.
Coach is putting our 11 best on the field at this time.
That's right.
Brent.
It's going to be a first down for the Raiders. 1st and 10, 4:47. There's a snap. Mason looking, gets underneath. That's big Terrion, I believe. He just sheds a few tackles and leans in for another 4 yards. Close to another Red Raider first down. Wasn't that Terrion?
That was.
It's going to be close, maybe a yard or less than a yard, about a foot shy of a first down. It's going to be 2nd and short.
4:30 and clicking remaining on the clock.
Must be a false start or a. Yep. You got to think it was one of the receivers.
Terrion's limping a little bit there. He's going to come off the field. Looks like number 8, Aiden Wright is going to take his place.
All right, 4:18, 17 as it continues to wind down. 25-6 the score here late in the 4th quarter. And Mason's going to scramble around, runs out to the left side using his athleticism. Block on the outside. He lowers his head, loses a helmet, and you see those blonde locks flowing around.
They got players hurt. That's Atco down here, 2 of them.
That's not exactly what you want to see your quarterback do, but
I've seen him do that in the past. You know, he coming up 9th, 10th grade, Brent, he was a defensive player, played safety, and he is physical. He lowered that shoulder and rocked that corner on the outside over there. But he's going to have to come off the field.
Because his helmet come off.
Off.
Well, we got a pretty good backup to come in and maybe get a few
so
yards down here.
Terrion, maybe he stretched that ankle back out and come in. And
I hope so.
Yep.
We do have a Atco guy down. They're getting him up.
No, he's going back down.
Yeah. That looks more like a midsection injury than it does a leg or a cramp issue.
I think it's his thighs, what he keeps tapping on. No, his knee.
Maybe his knee.
He's grabbing his knee.
With 3:53, it's going to be 1st and 10. Where have they spotted the ball, Joe? Is it on the 20 right there by that referee, or is it?
Brent, I really can't see in the crowd over there what exactly is going on.
They haven't spotted the ball.
They can't get their player off the field. He's struggling. They're going to have to get more people out here to help.
Yeah, he's one of their big linemen. I won't call out any numbers, but we hope the young man's okay. Hopefully it is just some severe cramping, as we mentioned earlier. Here late in the game, that's the last, Lord of mercy, that's the last thing you want to see is kids get hurt. I don't care which team it is. Like I said, you don't want to see it. These guys work too hard.
He's really struggling to get off the field, Brent. I'm just worried that, that may be a little more than a cramp.
Well, the offenses and the defenses have basically lined up, and they're ready to go just as soon as, like Joe said, we can get this young man off the field. Got about 8 or 10 more steps there, and they're going to blow it in now and look for the snap. And Terrion is going to take that snap. Mason Michael had to come off the field. He lost his helmet, And he keeps it and loses his balance. It's going to be a loss of about 3 yards. Michael comes back on.
And they'll slip Terry on back into the tight end, hopefully.
3:33 on the clock as it continues to rock and roll there. Raiders like to get a few more points on the scoreboard here.
Going deep.
And the whistle had blown. That's going to be a dead ball. It was intercepted, but everybody pretty much paused whenever the referee blew his whistle.
Yeah.
Some type of false start. It's going to be second and probably 12 or 13 for the Raiders. Ball's placed on the 37-yard line of the Rebels. Definitely 4-down territory here. It's going to be second and 13. And there's the snap to Mason. He steps back, throws across the middle. And just behind the receiver. Getting a little sloppy here.
Another false start.
I don't see an indication. Looks like they're backing up.
They somebody walked right in front of the white hat when he made the call. I didn't get to see what they waved it off.
Okay, yeah, because they didn't move.
And we're showing 4th down on the marker over on the sideline. There it goes. They changed the scoreboard. So yeah, it's
4th and 13. 3 minutes and 7 seconds. Sort of in a we got three receivers to the top. Looks like we're going to get a timeout for the Red Raiders, and let's get Wheeler Insurance, Country Financial. That's the timeout sponsor for the game. And let's take one more quick break back to the studio, and Mr. Paul Dean at Classic Country, 104.3 FM.
We're back from the break. It's 4th and 13. Michael back with the snap. Those go deep, and we're a little beat on that play by the defender. He got ahead of our tight end there, and anyway, just was not able to make a play on the ball. Got close, got it to his fingertips there, but just wasn't able to get a grab on it. So that'll be a turnover on downs. Rebels have the ball on their 37. So it'll be 1st down and 10 on the 37 with 2 minutes and 53 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter.
All right, defense is just going to, you got to think the Rebels coach, unless he just wants to run a 2-minute offense here again for some practice, you think he'll probably just run the ball here and run his clock out. I sure wouldn't want to, if I was a coach, I wouldn't want to risk any injuries, with a good sizable lead here.
Yeah, Brent, you just, at this point in the game and the heat and risk an injury, you just want to hand it off to your back,
They fumbled the snap was fumbled. The running back was able to pick it up, and he gained a couple yards. That's kind of how it's been all night for us.
Yeah, it has. It just has not bounced in our – well, I take that back. We did get some bounced in our favor. We just did not capitalize on them.
Yeah. clock continues to run down to 2:31.
You know, while we're coming down, I just want to let Raider Nation know to, hey, remain faithful, hang in here. This is really, really early. This is a non-region opponent. You know, we've had no scrimmages. We've got a young team with a lot of potential. We just need to get a little better execution down, get a little more timing and rhythm on offense, and I think you're going to see some bright and exciting things from this team. And, you know, just like last year, Brent, you know, we started out really, really rough, but, you know, late in the season we go over to Swainsboro to number one ranked team in the state. And
give them all they wanted.
And we gave them all they wanted. And, you know, put up good competition in that football game and kept the score close. And, you know, I think we walked out from that point with a lot of confidence on our shoulders. And, you know, this season as well, and with the youth, it's just going to take a little time, Brent, to work these kinks out. We've got a phenomenal coaching staff, guys. These guys are all been at larger schools and been successful. And, you know, just like Coach Goss, he's in his 19th year of coaching. Very well offensively minded guy. Coach John David, our offensive coordinator, quarterback coach. He's from Baxley, Georgia, played college football. You know, I can go on and on these guys. Our assistant head coach, Scott Brown, I believe he's on running backs, and he is also our assistant principal. And, you know, he's been around coaching for well over 20-something years. So just a lot of knowledge here on the football field with our guys, and just super excited. I know, you know, practice come Monday, they're going to put them through the paces, and they're going to grind it out and fix a lot of these execution issues. And, you know, we'll see some improvement on the field next week. So just went under a minute remaining in the fourth quarter. They take the snap, roll to the outside, and we wrap them up just short of the first down, probably by about 3 yards. Nah, 4. They said his knees went down early there. So
under a minute, 47.1 on the clock, 25-6. Week 1.
It's 2 penalties in a row there for the Rebels. Big penalties, Brent. So this is going to put it 4th down and
a long ways, Joe, about 25 yards.
Yeah, 25. Clock starts ticking again. 40 seconds. So they're not even going to punt the ball. They're just going to run as much time off here as possible. Probably a direct snap to the quarterback, and he'll keep the ball and run. They hand it off to their fullback. We haven't seen that out too much all night, just on those 3rd and 1s. He did get in 2 or 3 times, but
I think that's going to do it, Joe.
Yep.
I don't think
they'll stop the clock. So offense won't take the field. That's ball game. Atkinson County 25, Bacon County 6 is your final score tonight here in Alma, Georgia. So our Red Raiders have got a lot of work to do. You know, and Brent, I would rather eat some humble pie now. You know, we would rather eat it early than eat it later in the season. So, you know, this was a good team to come in here, a good team to play, to set the bar for us of what we need to get to, the level that we need to play, and the level we need to execute. You know, our Raiders here have held their composure well. You know, we're walking off the field with dignity, and, you know, that makes me proud. It tells me what a good job our staff is doing. And, you know, Brent, like I said, go Big Red, win or lose. You know, I'm a Red Raider through and through.
Absolutely, Joe. You know, there's no doubt we're all a little, you know, disappointed in not so much the score or the results or anything. Our expectations were.
Well, there's a lot of hype, Brent. You know, and it's hard when you get that hype up so high, and then as a fan, you get brought back to reality,
Sure.
and you see the level of mistakes that we made, and we really just killed ourselves tonight.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
that was the biggest thing between the penalties and execution. You know, it really hit us hard, and ATCO with their senior leadership was able to take advantage of it and come out victorious over us
Take
tonight.
nothing away from that team. You're talking about a single-A team with 40 players on their team that done a great job tonight. And again, fixable mistakes by the Red Raiders. We were just glad to see some football tonight.
Absolutely, Brent, and what a blessing, because
it brings back just a small sense of normality, normalcy.
Well, Brent, you know, it wasn't but 2 months ago you and I started the communication that are we going to have a football game? You know, do you